You know, Tyler, we've been answering a lot of the internet's most asked questions lately. Awkward high five. Make sure you guys click like, comment, subscribe. Today, we are going to answer the internet's most asked question. Is the 992 Porsche 911 Carrera?
We answered the most asked question last video.
This is the new most asked question. It's been another week.
Got it.
Is the base 911 enough? Here's what it has going for it. Its price point, it starts out at just over $100,000. I know that's a lot of money, but
you get a 911.
And you can get some nice options. The downfall, however, is what?
It's lacking 64 horsepower on its big brother, the Carrera S.
But is the 3-liter flat 6 turbocharged engine good enough? Let's go find out. Would you like to win our Miata? Well, today I'm going to tell you just how to do that. If we make it to 10,000 subscribers on YouTube by May of 2024, which is our 5-year YouTube anniversary, it's going to be given to one of you lucky subscribers.
Wait!
So make sure to subscribe. Is 379 horsepower enough? That's probably the biggest question.
As I'm plastered to the back of my seat, the answer is no.
So the base 911 Carrera sits at an actually beautiful price point. I can't believe I'm saying that, but at just over $100,000.
Yep.
You can get into a Porsche 911.
Yes.
379 horsepower is not a ton, especially because if you get up to the S, you get, I think it's 64 more. My mind's a little bit boggled by just what this car is able to do.
If I'm remembering the figure, it's 443, so that would be 64.
Okay, so it handles very impeccably well. The steering is heavier.
Okay.
Like a good heavy, right? You really know what's going on. So the problem is once you go to a Carrera S, you spend a lot of money. And then if you're gonna go to S, why don't you go to a GTS? And then when you go to a GTS, why don't you just get a GT2 RS? Like, it's a whole problem with the ladder system of Porsche, is once you go more, you just keep going more.
Well, there is that problem, but there's also the problem of you can't always just keep going more because there's limited supply.
So this car, a nicely optioned base 911, I truly believe that 379 horsepower. Excuse me, this car is really fun, so I forget. Back to figures. 379 is enough. You have a 911. You can get things like heated and cooled seats. You have a sunroof. You have a lot of things that you can put into this car. I just don't know that I'd be spending the extra money to get up to an S price, because then your mind just it literally blows apart and you have no idea what to do.
And the problem with going to an S and then thinking, well, I still want those options, now you're at the price of a GTS. So you went from a Carrera with the price of the options to an S, and now you're at it just keeps going up.
So my answer is simply this. If you own a company and have billions of dollars,
Buy everyone.
but if you only want one, get a GT2 RS. If you are a peasant like we are,
Okay.
get a base 911, spend a couple dollars on the options, especially the $140 fire extinguisher. I kid you not. And get the base 911. I think you would be very happy with it. I want you to get behind the wheel of this, forget all the GT cars we have driven, and tell me if a base really would be enough for you. It's your turn to see how a base... It's enough! It is enough!
It took a second to drop the gears, but wowza!
Okay, when Porsche came out, and purists do this all the time. When you go from air-cooled to water-cooled to turbocharged water-cooled, people freak out.
I now see how you were like mind boggled. Like, I am still trying to process what just happened back there.
So, first, I'm going to start off with this question. Does the turbo 3-liter ruin it for you?
No. Does it ruin it for you?
No. I would put an aftermarket exhaust.
Yep.
To get a little bit more of that rawness out of it. It's quick though, is it not?
I'm sorry, I'm at a loss for words. This car is so much for me to handle right now, like just in my mind, because we have driven a GT2 RS, like driven it, and this still was enough to get the fizz going.
I mean, don't get us wrong, it is not a 2RS.
No.
But a base 911 with 379 horsepower, I think is enough.
It's enough to get the fizz going.
And I think if you're going to spend the money to go up to the S, why don't you just get a 4?
I disagree with that. I just say if you're going to spend the money to go up to an S, get all the options you want in this.
Yeah, and because it is a turbo, you could do some tuning to it.
Take it to APR and get a nice little stage 1 tune?
I don't know that I would, because this is get me in trouble speeds.
Yeah, it is.
You don't have to do much to get it to go that. And with a 992, you have the nice new haptic touching, the cool little gear lever.
You used such a big word. Well, it's not that big, but I didn't know you knew that word.
I mean, I am a professor. I think a base 911, I don't know, I'm going to save my thoughts. I think you already know what they are, but for the conclusion here, tell them one more tidbit about this car.
One more tidbit. It's amazing. I see how you it takes your breath away. This car is so amazing, and that braking feel is amazing. Everything about this car is just honestly near perfect.
And the turbo noise is nice.
And it's not slow.
It is not slow. How about before we go to jail, let's give them our final thoughts. Have you answered the question in your head yet?
Yes, I have. Have you?
I have. Why don't you go first? Is a base 911 Carrera enough?
Yes! What about
That was
you?
quick.
Is a base 911?
Yes! 379 horsepower, $100,000 MSRP. It has all the looks of every 911. It has the feels of 911s. The passenger seat is less comfortable than the driver's seat, which I don't care.
It might be specific to this model or like this specific car, we don't know, but
I'm driving anyway, so it doesn't matter.
yeah. And it's really that the driver's seat is more firm and the passenger seat's more squishy.
I think that the sounds are there.
Yep.
The emotion is there.
Yep.
Which brings the soul there.
Yep.
If you're buying a 911, the price point is there on a base, and it has enough horsepower.
Obviously, we want more, but balling on a budget.
Dave Ramsey says that a base 911 is the car. Thank you, Tyler. And with that, we'll wrap up. Awkward high five. Make sure you click like, comment, and subscribe. I'm going to go talk to Dave Ramsey.
What did I do? What did I do?